the
most
thing
of us
is
over the
that,
phone.
Drake pretty much said, he says, I make music for, dudes that get pussy. And I feel like a lot of the hate that Drake gets is because if you look at Drake with the female owls, I mean, they baddies. I mean, I don't think I've really come across the ugly Drake female owl yet. And and that's the thing. My daughter just moved out, so I'm kind of having the empty nest syndrome. I haven't seen my grandson, but my daughter is a straight barb. She is a barb. She went to, she was like going to Gag City, like Nicki's concert when she had Gag City. She was going to, like, she went to, I think she went to like two, three, I don't know, but she's also a Drake fan. My grandson, like, I FaceTime my grandson yesterday, and my son-in-law gone on FaceTime, and my grandson hears my voice, and it's funny because he connects me. His favorite Drake song is No Face. So every time that he hears me or he talks to me, it's not hey gam gam or hi gam. It's like gam gam, no face, no face, no, like and I have to play it on repeat because he freaking loves that song. And my daughter was like, she was telling me about Iceman. She's like, yeah, she's like, I really like, she likes Habibti, like she really likes that. But she was telling me, she's like, hey mom, she's like, what I was listening to the other day, and I was like, what? She's like, I was listening to Nothing Was the Same. And I was like, oh, I was like, you kind of going back in the archives. And she was like, it's crazy. She's like, I never really, she's like, I like Drake, I like his music, but she's like, I was sitting with the baby, and, I was just kind of chilling and stuff. And I put on Nothing Was the Same. And she says, she's like, mom, she's like, it's crazy. She's like, I never really like listened to, like, really paid attention. She's like, I love Drake and everything, but she says, I feel like what people don't understand is when you listen to Drake's music, and she's like, I didn't get this until I listened to Nothing Was the Same. She's like, I just realized that. She's like, you really have to like sit and not have any distractions. She's like, you have to like sit and really listen to what he's saying. And she's like, damn mom, she's like, I never really paid attention to what, like, his like lyrics or barbs or anything. But she was like, Drake goes like deep on stuff. And she's like, I really like kind of understand him
Uh huh.
now. And I
I think
told her, I was like, this is what I tell people. I said, you have to really sit and listen to his, like, you have to sit down and really listen
you
to
have to
him to
digest
appreciate
that shit.
that.
You gotta live. You gotta live the
You gotta
albums. You have to
live it.
digest them. You got, and then also a lot of people, well, really, I think people really need to get in control of when they're like to critique Drake albums. Is like some songs you got to be in certain situations
Yeah,
and see how it sounds to you. Like
right.
like you're not gonna be winding down about to go to sleep and you're about to play fucking Cheetah Print or fucking True Bestie. Like you're gonna want something more mellow, more, lo-fi, more vibe, more vibey, help you go to sleep type shit. Go to fucking Turks and Caicos on a weekend. You got 50,000 baddies and all types of successful, rich, good looking people, and you up there and they playing something from Made to Honor, you going crazy, True Bestie, Cheetah Print going off. Like that's gonna hit in that environment.
True bestie gonna
That's one thing you said what?
I said that true bestie gonna hit for sure for the summer. Like I don't know, like feel me?
You
That
feel
true
me?
bestie
Like
gonna hit the clubs crazy, like for sure.
like it's
But
gonna
real
put
Drake
you.
fans have always like said that, and that's how you can point out when someone really listens to Drake and likes his music versus someone who occasionally listens to him.
Right. The big difference. Yeah.
Music, and that's why I was saying earlier, I can't stand when people say he's not a lyricist. Drake does something that is super complex. He can say a bar so simply, but that bar is a double R, and you have to be able to break down things. And even sometimes it goes over. like he can do like I feel like in Iceman he has a bar that like it means six different things. And it's like of course if you're like looking through a small lens or you're not really good with deciphering bars, which a lot of people aren't, and that's okay. Like it comes over time because like you learn something new every day. So but it's just like it doesn't always have to be like adding different syllables and doing all these schemes like literally like doing something like that, taking something so simple but making it so complex is like some of the hardest things in the world because it's like people think that you have to do this grand, I don't know, like and make it sound super fragilistic espialidocious type thing. And it's just like that's not really rap. Like you can say something so little but it means way more. Like it's worth 1,000 words. And I think that's what people skip over. And then also they don't like that he just talks about his life and everything. And he's very vulnerable. And I think that's like what old heads don't like. And I'm like, I don't understand how y'all don't like, because that's what Tupac did. So like,
That's the
what's the
You,
best
difference?
part of
but
Drake
but you
is
but you
that.
gotta look facts. But you also to piggyback off your point, Tran, y'all be you and Boss like be spitting a lot of the points. I think when people listen to Drake that's like not super fans or big fans of Drake is they already go into listening to him with a judgment. You know what I mean? Like instead of all right, let's go in with a blank slate or let me just not have no preconceived notions and just let me get it a try. A lot of the older generation prior to us was a bunch of grown ass motherfuckers in the 80s, late 70s, mid 70s. And they wasn't talking in their feelings and getting to deeper understanding. They was on straight booger sugar back then, straight
Don't
heavy
forget LL
drug.
Cool
Okay,
J. I need
Well, I
love.
was just
I
gonna
need
say
love.
Tracy. I was
Yeah.
like LL Cool J. I need
and,
love.
and, and
You
LL
can't forget
Cool J,
about
like
that.
it was a exactly. So it was a lot of that shit going on back then. So it was like Drake was the thing that broke the mold when he came in because remember it was already a Milli Vanilli. You know what I mean? Like, but prior to Drake, the game wasn't even ready for a rapper that sang well that can do both until Drake came through. Then it was accepted because Drake did it at such a good clip, at a high clip, even on entry and listening to where Drake is now, like that's why when some people say like, "Oh, I want to listen to old Drake," or new Drake is way better than old Drake. If you're talking about the technical bars, like he came in the game backpack, so I get it. Some people might not be able to separate themselves from that style of rapping when he first came in, but the bars are still there. The similes, the punchlines, the breath control, the double, triple, quadruple entendres. I don't even know what the fuck after quintuple entendre, whatever the fuck. You feel me? Like he's pushing the boundaries on on how to write. Like when he did in that Heady One freestyle, when he did that Anarchy, Etiana, not to butcher it,
Yeah,
just
he's
not just
speaking Middle Eastern. Like he
yeah,
raps in
like
another language.
I've never heard a nigga do that in a verse on a fly and that shit sounds so lit. You feel me? Like I had to look that shit up what it meant. I had to go look at reactors from over there that spoke English for me to see how they took it. You know what I mean? And like Drake's pen today is even more deadlier than like he might not be as
A
you
different
know.
level. Like this is why I was saying like
Mhm.
this beef was like honestly, y'all are stupid. Y'all are trying to get him out of here, and it's another prime. Like this is too good. And it always brings me back to that clip with Snoop Dogg, and I forget the comedian, but y'all know him. Like when he's like, "This man don't miss." How can you miss? Like you just came from this battle that was supposed to take you literally out. They called you the worst thing known to man, and you come out with an Iceman. Like honestly, y'all really should be afraid. Like it's getting to a point where, like he said, I'm beating this game. It's abusive. This is crazy.
Drake, and this is the thing. I was watching like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and mostly because I like to see, how people react to his music. And a lot of it is breaking down his bars and trying to, understand like what he's saying, when he, in his bars. And you're right. not only does he do quadruple entendres, but I mean, shit, he goes even higher than that. That is a testament to his writing and to his ability to write rhymes like a battle rapper, but at the same time make it sound so smooth that you don't even realize he is rapping like a battle rapper. And if you really listen to his bars and how he flips everything and stuff, it's very he puts a lot of thought into what he is writing.
Not to
And
mention, boss lady, not to cut you off, but not to mention, piggybacking off your Drake and battle rap topic. Like a lot of people forget, Drake was heavily involved with battle
yes,
rap before,
yes,
like it might not have been like mainstream to where, I mean, it was mainstream back then, but like, Drake was more underground, overground with it. Like
he
Drake
was.
wasn't, he wasn't like all in front of the cameras doing hella interviews saying, "Hey, look, I invested some money in whoop whoop." Like he was behind the scenes, like, look, like booking battle cards for his birthday at the embassy. You know what I'm saying? Over there for URL, or going over there and back in, KOTD. Like he's been heavily in battling from the jump of this shit.
Well, not only that, but like I said, a lot of the content creators that aren't into that other shit, but just only care about like the music and everything. For some of these content creators, they're more into like bars and lyrics and stuff. Like they care about that. And for somebody to sit there right off the bat when they never really heard Drake, and then they hear him spit, and for them to say like, "Oh shit, like he sounds like a battle rapper." Like,
Yep.
and if you really listen to true MCs, true battle rappers in the gutter that have been
Mhm.
interviewed about Drake, every single one of them has said like Drake raps like a battle rapper. So when these
That's
K-bots
facts.
and everything sit there and say like, "Oh, he has no substance and everything," go talk to the true MCs that are in the gutter, in the streets, that are battle rapping and actually do know what bars is and what lyrics is. And for them to say that Drake raps like a battle rapper, you know what? Everything else that anybody has to say, it's a moot point, because to be a battle rapper, I grew up. I'm a Gen X person. I grew up with dozens, and I grew up with all my cousins and stuff were guys. So you had to be on your toes and shit, because I was the only girl, and I'm with a bunch of my cousins are all guys, and they're all older than me, and they would sit there. We would talk shit and stuff like that. If you When you're playing dozens, which is what battle rapping is, you're supposed to one up that person. When you're battle rapping, not only do you have to have skills, not only do you have to have your bars have to make sense, not only do they have to address what that other person has said, you have to address that and then make your shit even better than what they said, and you're going back and forth. That's a
That's
skill.
facts.
That's a
That's
mental
facts.
skill. You
And
have to
and
be
and, and I'm
smart
a
to be a battle rapper. You cannot be dumb if you're a battle rapper. And from coming from old school like I am, how we did dozens, if your shit sounded bootsy and you're sitting there saying that, your ass is getting clowned all the way out of there, and you're excommunicated from the fucking group. So for
oh
Drake to be
god.
able to do what he does, and for real MC, I don't give a fuck about these internet people. I'm talking about real MCs in the streets that actually do this
Hold
shit
on,
for a
boss lady.
living.
I'm about to segue. I'm glad you made that point, 'cause I want to segue into this next topic. I know y'all been seeing how these motherfuckers been backpedaling and all this type of shit since before the week of Iceman dropping, everybody start changing their tunes. How do y'all feel about these motherfucking reactors, these YouTubers, these content creators now want to give double back and give good Drake reviews like weak ass Zach and B Lou pussy ass? Well, I don't know which nigga is which, but whichever the skinny nigga that made the diss record, his bitch ass. I'll really fight you in real life, pussy. But like, what do y'all feel
Hey, that
like
was
of these?
crazy. Hey, July, you know what's crazy about that? You bringing that up because this
Mhm.
nigga was showing Zayas, the one you talking about, B. Lou, that this Drake. He was spitting the bars to Zayas like, you hear what he said? It's like
That shit funny, bro. You
But
literally made
that
a diss
wasn't what
track.
he was saying in 24
But I mean, he was, but he did it for clout too. When that not like us shit came out, it's like
A lot
when
you still a
that check
cornball for the.
cleared.
and said that they were getting paid to do the negative reviews. So once they said that, it's kind of just funny now, and it's like, oh, I get it. And I mean, some of y'all, I get it. Y'all probably really needed the money or something, and that's cool. But it's just like, I don't know, like. I just value integrity, and it's like when people do that, I'm just like, I already know what type of person you is. You do whatever you got to do to get you ahead. And it's just like that's lame at the end of the day. Like, so you did all of this for what? And it's like now you under the thumb, like for sure. Cause now whenever if Jay-Z really dropped his album, they gonna be right back on the same train. They'll be hating again.
But Jay Z, you know what? I'm old
Hold on, but
school, and I grew up. I listened to Jay Z. I had his albums and stuff. Right now, the only thing that I think the only song that I like think was Jay Z's best, if and anything was "Song Cry." That's like my and y'all can hate me all you want. And I don't fuck with
boss
Jay
lady,
Z,
how you
but
feel
you
about
know
these reactors
but
backpedaling?
Song Cry is like I that's like if I'm gonna pick a Jay-Z song, that's the
Boss
song I'm
lady,
gonna pick.
how you feel about these Zach and B Luz and all of these reactors backpedaling on how they feel about Drake and Drake rapping?
Well,
Because remember in 24 they was kicking his back in after that check cleared.
but you know why they're backpedaling is because they know their money is running dry. The hate train for Drake that was profitable in 2024 is no longer profitable here in 2026. So they see how everything is changing, how public opinion is changing about Drake, the fact that he is worldwide, that he's got all these companies behind him, that his albums are like literally Drake dominates the Billboard. Like all his, and this is the other thing that people are missing. A lot of Drake's old shit is being is coming up now and up on the charts. So people are and like me, I go back and I've been listening to a lot of going back to like a lot of Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. Like I've been going back and actually sitting and really listening to
Hmm.
what he's saying, and I love him even more now because it's just like not only
Okay,
is
hold
he
on, boss lady.
talking
Hold on, hold on, hold
about
on.
what
Hold on, boss
happened,
lady.
but yeah.
We gonna come back to you. Bang, how you feel about well first off, what up though, Brody? Uh
What's good, my guy? What's good
shit,
with you?
man, moving and grooving around this bitch,
Yeah, watch that. I was in there watching that Boost fight, man. That Philly boy was fighting tonight, man. I had to watch
Boost
that shit. They was
win?
they was rumbling and
Boost
jumbling.
win?
Yeah, Boost
Okay.
won that. Yeah, Boost won in round
He,
seven, and boy, they was rumbling and
he
jumbling, man.
better, man.
But
He
yeah,
better,
but
man. Boost
man,
up
that,
there.
that Puerto Rican came to fight. That was the hardest fight he had so far, though. He got rocked a bit in the first couple rounds. But yeah, but back to this Drake jump, man. Let me tell
How,
you, man.
how,
Them
how you
snakes
feel
in the
about them
grass, boy.
reactors, bro? All these content
Nothing
creators
but
turning around now and got positive Drake news every day now.
lack of look. They don't have a backbone, and they are snakes. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like that's just what it is. Them people, they know that they gotta look themselves in the mirror, and they don't see nothing but a
No
snake.
money.
And nobody wants to see a snake, but the North remembers. You can say what you want about them people. Nah, they snakes, man. That is what it is. Like the media is a nasty place. It's
I did
nasty.
want to ask
It-
ask y'all niggas, did y'all see ASAP Rocky crashing out? He was mad and he was yelling at the crowd and shit, saying that like fuck y'all niggas because niggas said somebody's wife and niggas was looking around like where the fuck is the wife? Where she at? Let's play the clip. Let's play the clip.
I got guns and
This
phones
shit
on
crazy.
sale tomorrow for make sure
Them
you
niggas
know these
don't. Them
clothes.
ASAP. Oh, did he just
This
put it
nigga,
up?
how does nigga get through the mute? Hold on, nigga. God damn.
What the internet? First they was saying that nigga was wearing thongs. Then they was saying nigga strong wasn't selling out. Nobody wasn't coming. Then niggas saying I'm disrespectful to my wife. Someone did it, nigga.
Blasted got a 1K hit on this nigga head because he said it like, and he hit it on the head like y'all niggas can't deal with the scrutiny of the internet like Drake does. Like Drake gets dragged on the internet for fake shit all day. You mad at us because your ass was out because you had a thong on. You mad at us because you was on the fucking stage telling girls that you would fuck the shit out of them like you don't have a fucking girlfriend. Like you mad at us. Like they be on the internet lying about Drake and you on here crashing out. So I just wanted to get reactions about that shit.
And that pisses me off too. Like, stop acting like you weren't wearing a thong, and stop calling that lady your wife. Y'all are not married. That's like, you're
And
not.
then they're not. And the funny thing is, have you noticed how Drake's memes on IG and even here on X, like there's no more where's she at? You cannot find the before when Iceman first came out, you can see all the memes and you can put all them now you can't find it. They're taking that shit down and blocking it now. That's how I know like oh like they're fucking running scared because if you're taking memes off of IG and blocking shit and you can't even take pictures of the of an actual meme, that's bad. Like you really like you going out bad if you're doing that.
And look, you see what we was just talking about the corny situation. And you know them niggas do shit like that, right? Tomorrow, if I want to see, I was saying I would have fucked the shit out of you, whatever. They don't say nothing about that being corny, but Drake can be making little jokes here and there, and they like, man, he corny, but they don't think that shit corny. Like, come on, bro.
That shit goofy as hell. I don't know. These niggas crashing out. Like I said, Drake got to deal with this shit all day, bro. Get the fuck over it. Stop telling girls you will fuck them. That's why we know y'all not together. That's why I be saying, me and True be saying on the side all the time, like them niggas, they on that Kendrick and Whitney shit. Like they not together, like for real. But they just know they can't break up right now because the optics look just too crazy right now for them to break up. Like they just can't do it. It'll look disgusting. So they gotta like wait like 7, 8, 9 months down the road, and then they're gonna announce it that they're separated. But they just can't do it right now. It'll just look great. Like I said, like Boss Lady said, they already removing the fucking GIF and censoring it on there because they mad that people are spamming it under there. So like, they just trying to save face until the end of time. So.
But look at what's happening with Jay, that whole thing, and I laugh at Nikki. I fucking love Nikki, but when she said take that lace front off, and then the next thing Beyonce and Jay Z is doing a 7-minute documentary about this nigga's hair. Like I when I saw that, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, oh y'all are fucking like desperate because here you are doing a fucking 7-minute documentary on your fucking camel toes hair, his fucking lace front wig, what, and I'm just like, and that's how they're fucking freaking out because for Jay-Z to come out after 20 years, and Dame said this too. Dame was just like, and Dame knows Jay better than anybody. He said, for Jay to come out after 20 years, and the ongoing joke is, oh, if Jay ever responds, he's broke. Well, that seems to be the thing right now. And why is it that when Jay is coming out, he only brings out Blue? Where are his other kids?
Hey, what
Like
was
he acts
the
like he has no other kids. Why is it only Blue that comes out, but you ain't acknowledging your
hey, what
other
was the
kids that you have there? What the fuck is
what
that?
was the
But you guys want
time
to
out, time
talk
out, time
shit
out, time out.
about Drake?
Hey yo,
Like,
hey, boss lady. What tell me again what was the what was the question Blue asked us?
No, wait. What are you talking
Because
about?
I'm trying to figure out what the topic was before. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck we just talking
Oh,
about.
I know. I'm all over the place, but I'm just like straight talking shit to Jay because I can't stand that motherfucker. And I'm so happy that his ass is going down because his quote unquote dude Lewis Black or whatever it is, they were in a congressional hearing. And Jay is connected to that dude, and apparently that dude is paying like all these millions of dollars to Epstein or whatever, and he's now being questioned in Congress and shit. If y'all, and I'm gonna say this right now, and you can quote me on this, if you don't think that Jay is not gonna go down and that they're not putting him out there to try to switch the narrative, and that he is not and that he is not the sacrificial lamb, you guys are smoking crack. Because Jay and Rock Nation and all this allegedly, because I don't want to, get shit. Allegedly, they're under investigation. Rock Nation is under investigation with the DOJ. Those files and that
Yeah,
dude,
because
that
we
Lewis
know they
Black
in here
guy,
listening.
don't think
We
for
definitely
one
For
know they in
second
sure.
here
he
listening.
hasn't been talking, because that dude right there, and Jay-Z's connection to him and Weinstein and him being in the Epstein files and everything like that. Don't think for one second that Rock Nation and Jay, because I guarantee you, Diddy, when he got locked up like he did, he was singing like a motherfucking bird. And they all have those videotapes and everything that they confiscated from Diddy's house and stuff like that. And Jay is worse than Diddy. Trust me, allegedly. Rock, whatever. Allegedly, he's under investigation. Rock Nation is under investigation. Jay is the one that's gonna go down next. And you know what? I cannot wait for that shit.
Nah, real quick, real quick. I want to say something real quick because I think you cooking boss lady, and I think motherfucking Drake know that them niggas been doing them dirty.
He
You wanna know how I
knows.
know? Because of fucking Lil Birdie told him. All right, man. Shut the space. Let everybody know we still in here. Shout out to the members. Shout out to y'all. Been in here for a couple hours and shit. Our first space back since last Saturday. Obviously, we ain't had no space because my page got clipped. We gonna resurrect that nigga from the dead though. Shout out to my page. Shout out to the niggas in here. Oh shit, what the fuck is up, Nas? Oh, Iceman was up in here earlier. My fault, Iceman. Shit was going down. Niggas was talking, but we couldn't get to everybody. But what's up, Nas? How you feeling, man? What-
What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit.
They need an eye rolling emoji,
Hey
like you know
Nas,
what I mean?
You need to behave yourself, boy.
Oh my God, when you gonna let me at
You
it,
need
boy?
to behave yourself. Behave
What did
yourself.
I even do? I just got in this motherfucker. What I do? Oh my God, boy. It's not to see my big bro Blue in this motherfucker. It's good to see you back, my boy. I was like, damn, what happened to the general, man? But
I ain't really back. I ain't really back for real. And the general right over there. That's July. You know what I mean? Shout
nah,
out my nigga July.
but you the big crown, the general. But shit,
What's love? What's love? What you been saying on the timeline that's been pissing you off lately?
nah, just all these motherfucking Rock Nation roaches doing this whole motherfucking. You know how it is. It's just I'm getting sick and tired of this shit, man. But I'm just waiting for the goat to
You
just
think
stop.
you think Jay Z behind all this shit? You think he planned this shit from the beginning?
Oh, I mean, to be that hit me like a fucking train. Of course, he was behind all this shit for real, for real.
Allegedly for sure, right?
No, I think he behind all this shit for real because number one, like, I mean, I feel like Jay Z's jealous though. That's the thing. When it comes to him, he just wants to be like say, I want to be the number one guy. But when it comes to any other artist, it don't matter if it's male, female, don't matter what it is. When it comes to talent, any motherfucker that has a better talent than him, or they just talk, they when it comes to the talks, like saying, all right, who's better in the conversations, and they say, oh, this person is way better than Jay Z. Oh, he's gonna get in his feelings. Like, come on now.
Well, you got to see too, 50 Cent has been talking about Jay for years. And everybody has been saying shit about, but 50 has told us from the beginning that Jay-Z is a hater. He does what he does to stop the bag, and anybody, and this was the bottom line is why and I'll put Nikki in here too. Unfortunately, Nikki signed the title, but Nikki was smart. Nikki is fucking hella smart, so I know she's gonna get out of this. But for Drake to say no to Jay-Z, that Jay-Z is such a narcissist that he literally took that as an insult to him, and he knows that Drake outranks him in every fucking category. Jay-Z knows that. And because of that, he allegedly, let me put allegedly, he made sure he had the machine behind him to bring down Drake like he's doing with Nicki. Have you noticed that there is no conversation about any other artists? There's only conversation about Nicki fans, the Barbs, and the Owls. That's all anybody talks about. Apparently, we're a threat because if we're the only two fan bases that y'all going out of your way to try to silence us and try to do what you can to do to not have the truth and the real come out in public and call you out on your bullshit, and you're doing your little snake ass shit like they're doing to try to silence us, it's not going to work because there are more of us than there is of you, and we are gonna be online. We're gonna call you on your bullshit. We're gonna call you on your lies. We're gonna check you on shit that's not true. Whatever you say about Drake, and I'm gonna put Nicki in there too because I'm a Dricky. I fucking love Nicki. If you're fucking with Nicki and Drake, the two of the fucking goats, the queen of rap and the king of rap. Period. Point blank. You want to silence us because Jay-Z has it. He is so scared and shook. And you notice how that nigga hasn't been out for 20 years. He hasn't said shit for 20 years. And look at what Dame Dash said. He said, if he said that was the ongoing joke, if Jay-Z, talk, that means he's broke. Well, here he is 20 years later. He's finally saying something, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, that fool is broke. And the fact that Nicki and Drake have that
You
much
know what kind of
power
gave that away
and they're
though, too,
doing
boss
that.
lady?
What?
You know what kind of gave that away too? Like, how's you keep bringing up that you stabbed over some
He
like
didn't.
you stabbed
That's
but
a
this the crazy
lie.
part about this,
That's a
and
lie.
then but this no look, hold on, look though, look, regardless is a lie or not, right? You see how he's trying to bring that back up, right?
Yeah.
But you already rapped about that in 444, talking about you stabbed over some records. You were saying he was being too reckless. Why do you have to keep reminding us about a nigga you stabbed? You already told us. Okay.
Well, you're
You
you're
stabbed
a fucking 60-year-old dude. Why are you even talk about shit that happened like over 20 years ago? Like you're trying to sound like you're like this OG, you're a gangster and everything, but you're talking about something that happened over 20, almost 30 years ago, and you didn't even do the shit because that's what people are not talking about. Jay-Z took the rap, but Jay-Z didn't stand Lance. That there was another that didn't even happen. That was all to make Jay-Z look like he was like some thug hard out gangster and everything. That was the narrative that was put out at the time because I was around at that time. I remember when that happened. I remember with him being with R. Kelly. By the way, we all know about R. Kelly, but y'all
He
don't
made
want to talk
album.
about that,
Forget
right?
it.
You don't want to talk about R. Kelly and that fucking you after everything that happened with Aaliyah, and then you go and do this album, not only one, but twice with R. Kelly that did that shit with Aaliyah and everything, and you're sitting there being cool, but you motherfuckers on here want to sit there and talk about Drake when Drake don't even there ain't even no shit on Drake. But hey, we know Jigga Man, he's in those files, and now with Louis Black going in front of Congress and paying 150 fucking $1 million to Epstein to fucking be quiet,
and
and
if
that's
y'all
who
don't know,
Jay-Z is doing business with.
hold on real quick,
Come
boss
on,
lady.
let's
Hold
be
on.
fucking
Hold on,
real.
boss
Oh
lady.
yeah, we finna go
And
ahead,
and
bro.
and to touch on that, if y'all don't know the Leon Black, Louis Black nigga, whatever his name is, he's supposed to be one of Epstein's main co-conspirators in this whole child predator ring.
He is.
So
He is the
I
main one,
don't know
and
why
nobody
people.
ever talks about that video of Jay Z and Diddy when Jay Z is outside in that video, that black and white video, where there's a bunch of little girls or little kids in that room, and Jay Z's coming, and I'm sitting there looking at like, why is there little kids in a room and there's grown men out here? Like, what
yeah,
are
that
you
looked
doing?
crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I know exactly what video you talking about. That
But
looked too
Yeah, you
crazy.
know exactly
I
what
don't
I'm
know why
talking
people
about.
find it so like so left field that he's in them files and they're not believing it. This man was hanging around Harvey Weinstein for years, and we all know what he's into. So why would it be like far fetched that he's truly went to Epstein Island?
Well, we all heard that apparently, and allegedly, Jay Z is way worse than Diddy. And you know why I say that, and I agree with that, because Diddy was all out there shaking his, doing all that shit.
Okay,
Jay
hold
Z
on,
is
boss
a
lady,
whole
because I don't
different
want to.
character.
Hold on, boss lady.
Yeah,
I don't want to walk you into getting sued because these pussy niggas out here trying to sue.
Allegedly, allegedly,
yeah. I
allegedly.
ain't want to get all into that
We
anyway.
gonna go ahead and kind of rotate because you ain't wrong. I will say that you ain't wrong, but they're really out here targeting us. Like they, even though it's fake. Like I don't know if you all seen it that they
I
supposedly have the
agree. You're right.
oh the
You're right.
the Drake fans, the Demore Haley supporters, and the Nicki and the Barb's got docs. Like they got all our real names in a whole little like fake ass report. Like we getting sued. Like let me tell you something. A
You're
nigga
right.
like
You're
me
right,
pays.
General. I agree with you. Yeah, you're
Like
right.
niggas like me pay for retainer every month. So if I had something coming my way, I would have knew about it. I ain't got no phone calls. So I'm gonna need y'all, but y'all now don't get me wrong. They are suing supporters like Vegeta, like shout out the bar Vegeta over there. They're suing him for supporting Demore Hadley. You feel me? Like they're doing a lot of things to silence us because our voices are too loud. We're reaching too many people with the truth. And that's really what it is. Like, and that's why we got Hove out here fucking rapping and doing fucking pop-up videos because guess we're too much of a force. Like he's no longer looked at as the big brother, big homie in music. Drake is. Cause guess what? You do anything, any type of collaboration with Drake, that bitch is gonna bear fruit. He did the Lost and Sauce pop-up. She said she about to invest in food trucks with an S. You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
Like that's what happens
I'll tell you this. My dude is he owns a record label in Frisco, and he's got his artists and so he's in deep in the game in the Bay Area. He told me, he was like, "Hey," he was like, because we were having a conversation, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, it's crazy." He's like, "Drake is everywhere." And I was like, and I'm like, and my dude is in Frisco, and I was like, and we were having a conversation because he was talking about his artists and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm hearing all this stuff, like, Drake, here in the Bay, like, they hate Drake and stuff, like, I'm constantly hearing that, and I don't believe it. And he told me, he's like, hey, he's like, I'm gonna let you know right now, he's like, because he's deep in the industry, in the game, in the Bay Area. He's like, dude, he's like, Drake is being played anybody that says anything about Drake, they're getting canceled. He's like, they're playing Drake all over in Frisco. And I was like, for real? Because Frisco is different. Like, we're all in our little clique and our little box, and like we don't fuck really with anybody outside of the Bay Area. That's just how us Bay Area folks are. But my dude who's in the industry, and he's got connections all across the board, he told me, he's like, nah, he's like, no, Drake is being played, like, he's like, don't believe like whatever is online. He's like, I'm in the streets, and he's everywhere in the streets, San Jose, Salinas, like everywhere in the Bay Area. He told me, he's like, nah, he's like, Drake is being played everywhere. He's like, we're doing our thing, but like a lot of folks are like, hey, like put on some Drake, like put on some Shebang and Too Hard for the Radio out here in the Bay Area. Those are the two songs that are getting like lit up out here, that everybody
I
out
don't
here
know
in
if
the
I'm
Bay wants to
mistaken
listen
though,
to.
but I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm mistaken though, but I think
Oh, go
Drake
ahead,
is the
bro.
number one artist being played in San Francisco right now. If
That's a
anybody on
fact.
Apple could check,
Yeah, well, that's a
go ahead,
fact.
Blue. My bad.
No, that's a fact. I was just about to say, just literally
Did you
just
know
that. I was going
people
to bring
be
that up, but
lying when they say I don't listen to Drake? Yes, they do.
yeah,
They're
niggas be cap.
liars.
Niggas be cap. All right, y'all. We've been in here about three of them things. It's the first Saturday back, so I think we about to call it a night. I'm motherfucking sleepy and shit. So shout out to y'all for having the long ass conversation. Promise you, I'm gonna get back to it on this page. I just been again like trying to get my other page back, but niggas thought I wasn't gonna be back in the spaces, back grinding. Y'all niggas thought I was gonna take some time off. Yes, the fuck again. If any niggas think they was gonna take the time from me and my people, we still stepping on shit. I'm still getting to it on this page, so expect more spaces and shit. But y'all just gonna have to help me. You know, I don't got the same like follows and shit. So when I put these spaces up and shit, y'all gotta make sure just to share them and let people know we in here until I get my page back and shit. My brothers and shit probably gonna have a space this week and shit. Gold, July, Notable and shit. So make sure we be in there. You know, nothing changed. I don't care. Like, you know, these niggas, you know, thought we was gonna take some time off. I'm not taking no breaks. There's too much shit going on, and we gonna talk about it. All right, you know the drill. If I call on you, you know, say some good shit before we get up out of here, and then we'll see y'all sometime this week. Let me start with you, Tracy. You know what I'm saying in a minute. You want to say anything before we get up out of here?
No, shout out to everybody. Great space as per usual. Have a great Sunday.
Facts. Sunday, make sure y'all pray. Hey, go. Actually, you know, remind us, man. Let us know what we supposed to be doing, man. Hit us with something.
Right now, man, just everybody have a good night. I mean, we at that time. You know what I mean? Like, it's really that time. I mean, just stay locked in on ice, man. Make sure you follow the team. Make sure you follow the game, man. Night owls, night owl things. We on Station Head right now. I mean, if y'all don't got a Station Head, make sure y'all follow that. The YouTube, of course. And when y'all be seeing when they do post the YouTube links on the timeline, I mean that should be live at that moment too. So like, if y'all niggas want to like tap in, like doing the shit live, like you can watch it then, or you can watch it later. You know how the shit go. But I mean, just make sure y'all tapping on the links. Make sure y'all follow each other in here. I mean, 'cause one thing about a community is growing and becoming one and becoming stronger. You feel me? And the only way to build, now I mean, you gotta follow. So at the end of the day, no leader starts off as a leader. You feel me? Like we all gotta follow. We all gotta whatever it is. So at the end of the day, we all supporting here. So y'all got your posts. We got our posts. We got our shit going on. You feel me? Like, and we just spreading the love. We just spreading it all. You feel me? You know what we talking about. You know how this shit is going. Everybody just take care of yourselves though. Y'all have a blessed night. It's Sunday. Like you said, make sure y'all say a prayer. And I mean, if y'all spiritual, y'all religious, or whoever y'all believe in, I mean, and y'all just have a good night, man. Next time.
Facts. My brother Blood already showing love. Boss lady, you want to go next?
Yeah, I specifically raised my hand. I just want to like say to like all the owls and everybody on here, um I like I'm not going to get into my personal shit, but like, people be going through some things, and I appreciate everybody on here because sometimes you're in a space in your head, and you're going through some shit, and I feel like I'm blessed with you guys because like we're all on the same page. We all love Drake and everything, but I also love the camaraderie that we all have, how we all have each other's backs, and no matter what's happening. And there are days that I'm not on here, but sometimes when I do get on here, and I scroll through the comments and stuff, or I'm here on Spaces, it literally is my escape from reality. And I want to tell everybody on here, like, I'm glad you guys do this, and you guys do this Spaces, because for some of us, that are going through certain things, and we don't have really an outlet. I'm constantly busy with my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson, and stuff like that, and sometimes I get overwhelmed, and this is like my outlet to be able to just have that camaraderie and have that discussion and stuff. And I want to thank everybody that is on this Spaces, and the followers and stuff. I'll go to the timeline, y'all be cracking me the fuck up. Some of the shit I'll just be scrolling through, and I'll be laughing so hard like I'm crying, because I'm sorry, like the owls are the funniest motherfuckers. Like, I see a lot of you guys' comments and shit that I follow, and I'll be laughing my ass off. And it makes my day. In case none of y'all on here like realize that like you guys are really important, and you guys are really special. And for some of us, we kind of need that. And today was a really bad day for me, and I didn't want to come on this Spaces because I really wasn't feeling it, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna come on. You guys actually kind of made me feel a little bit better. So shout out to all you guys here on the Spaces. Shout out to the Owl. Shout out to Drake. I got a lot of love for you guys, and I appreciate everybody. and I appreciate you making my day when I feel like I'm drowning in shit and I get on spaces and I hear you guys and you make me laugh and I can have a conversation and it's not no bullshit. I just want to say this to everybody on the spaces right now, like Truth, like Blue, like the General, Bove, Gold, like all you guys, like, and Fats. Fats is not on here, but I fucking love that motherfucker. Like I will literally go to war for that motherfucker. I love Fats. So you guys like help me get through the day sometimes, and you guys may not realize like maybe what you guys are not doing, whatever, but you do make a difference. And sometimes I have to listen to you guys to get through the day, or I have to go through the timeline and laugh. Like I need that. So, I want to tell everybody on spaces that I follows, like, I really
Love you, boss
appreciate you
lady, for
guys. And
sure.
I got a lot of love for you guys, and I appreciate y'all.
Love you, boss lady, for sure.
Yes, you
We
know.
definitely appreciate all your support.
So we love hearing that. I mean, that's what we do this shit for. We do this shit for because this is a community that we built for the owls, by the owls, for the members, by the members, all the listeners in here. That's what we do this for, to entertain each other and to talk about, the GOAT and J. Cole. Shout out to Tracy. I Bang, you want to say something before we get up out of here?
Just keep on listening to Drake, man. You can't go wrong with Drake. Just keep listening to the music, man. Let the music guide you. Let the music, confide in the music. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out my boy Bang. King Slime, you ain't said too much, so if you don't, you don't gotta sign out, but give me a thumbs up or some shit unless you just kicking it. Then I'll go to Trent or Barb that came through. Thank you, Trent, for pulling up. You wanna say anything before we get up out of here?
Same thing that boss lady said. Like, I really love y'all. But yeah, just have a good Sunday, guys, and go to church if you can. If you can, like, I forgot who said that, but say a prayer, and yeah, continue to stream Janice so we could get that back number one. If it's not already number one, I don't know.
All right, yes, definitely stream. Make sure we doing that. Nazir, you ain't go yet? Shout out to you, Trent. You always welcome in here. You one of us, so definitely always pull up. Nas, you went? Yeah.
Nah,
Okay,
nah,
bro.
but I just want to say, just, one thing about us as owls, we always gonna be one big motherfucking family. Even if it's one or a few, it don't matter. Like all around the world, we all come to stand together as big fan of Drake. Even if you're just an outsider, but you just have one thing in desire and one thing in common, is to stand for Drake, enjoying the vibes, and just come together and just stand against any motherfucker that just wanted to talk some shit about the GOAT. But one thing for sure, wise words always say remain blessed, stay resilient, and never allow negativity to infiltrate your peace. Your purpose is greater than anyone's opinion, so continue to think positively, walk in faith, and let your success speak louder than critics ever could. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, and stay positive. Don't let any envy distract you from your assignment. Haters only make noise because they can't duplicate what God placed inside of you. Keep your head up, your focus stronger than your fears, and last but not least, let your success become a louder response. Wise word from the light skin Osiris.
Hit
Nigga,
the six,
what's
hit the six, hit the
infiltrate?
six, hit the six, hit the six.
This nigga should have
What's
played the.
infiltrate?
Hit the six,
That
nigga. You
nigga.
gotta hit the six after that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he
What's
should have played the. Yeah.
infiltrate? Nah, answer that. What's infiltrate? You got me fucked up.
Y'all niggas don't take
We all
nothing serious.
graduated this now, bro. That's what's up.
Shout out to the light skin on Cyrus and his
Shout
mom,
out
man. Giving
Nas,
us giving
man.
us some wise words, man. Hey, y'all need to hear that. Shout out to that, man. Between Boss Lady Trend and Nas, man, what kind of space is this? Damn, y'all niggas, boy, y'all love us or something? What the fuck?
Yeah,
All
we
right.
love y'all. You got,
Yeah.
we
Listen,
love
man.
y'all for real.
Hey
Facts,
man,
man.
shout out to y'all, man. We love y'all back. All right,
Always love y'all.
Uh,
General, let it go ahead, Church. You say Trend?
I said yes, we love y'all.
Facts, facts. All right, General, let us know some. General,
For
some.
sure. Y'all know we love y'all too, man. We love y'all too. We appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with us every space. You know what I'm saying? It be days where, it be like a little slow or it might be dragging or just whatever. but we spark up and it be 50 plus of y'all motherfuckers in here every space. So definitely shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the Owls, man. I'm always proud to see y'all on the timeline doing y'all thing. If anything, y'all getting better at this shit. You feel me? Like, I would definitely want to say I appreciate y'all for supporting all aspects of this shit because y'all don't got to be here. Y'all could be doing everything else the fuck else on the Sunday morning, but y'all here, been kicking in with us the last couple hours. And shout out my mother Blue, man, for hosting the space. Shout out my sis Kitty for co-hosting the space. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know these Saturdays be the best fucking spaces of the week. You know what I'm saying? These TL shenanigans. So definitely appreciate y'all for y'all vision and letting the nigga be a part of it. My message for the owls, I'm gonna say three things. One, keep streaming and buying. Job not done. We wanna keep Iceman above shit close to 100K for as many weeks as we can. That's a record. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all doing that. Make sure y'all are not being goofy on the fucking timeline. Listen, I know you might want to hit tweet. I know you might want to get lit. Please don't do it the goofy way. Like, please, because niggas will kick you out the whip. Respectfully, like, please just don't do nothing stupid. Like, I ain't gonna say who it is, but I seen a tweet of a motherfucker like saying like what Drake said was like gay, and that was the first time Drake got him to listen to gay music. Like, but you didn't mean it that way, but you tweeted it like that. Like, stop fucking playing. And that's why his goofy ass kicked out the whip. So please don't be on this bitch embarrassing Drake. Don't be on this bitch embarrassing us. Because that's two things that's not gonna happen. Y'all not gonna embarrass Big Owl. Y'all not gonna embarrass the Owls, period. So keep that in mind when y'all doing y'all stepping and y'all tweeting and shit. Just don't be goofy with the shit. And third, and most importantly, we fucking up 1 billion points. Fucking not like us. That whole GNX album falling off the fucking charts. Drake on the fucking charts, high as hell on the fucking charts. We broke MJ record. We broke J record. He had the motherfucking #1 rap album and #1 R&B album at the same motherfucking time in 2026. That's a record. Like, y'all gotta put respect on the boy name, man. No matter how many fake lawsuits, fucking scare tactics, fucking cloak and dagger, bot farm, payola maneuvers, y'all try to put against the Isles, we gonna stand 10 toes and deal with that shit every motherfucking time. Every motherfucking time. Y'all not gonna deter us from shit. Y'all not gonna scare us from another motherfucking thing. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, we ain't never running from none of you pussies. And I ain't just talking about the K-bots. I mean the corporations, the companies, all of these little fucking people behind the scenes that y'all know that's literally mad at us because we bringing the truth out. Don't stop putting your foot on a collective fucking necks. Don't stop spreading the truth. Don't stop debunking all of these lies these niggas doing. Don't stop doing what y'all doing because if y'all do, they plan gonna win. It's a reason why they shit ain't won, and that's because we was in the way. Shout out to Owls. Shout out to Gang Man Night Owl Teams. Y'all know what it is. If it's an owl in this bitch, y'all ain't following, follow them. If it's a barb in this bitch, you ain't following them, follow them. Shout out to the gang, man. And shit, salute.
Listen to the general, man. Thank you, general, for pulling up. Day one, first wave out and this shit. So when he speak, man, that means some shit, man. So shout out to you for always pulling up, kicking us with some shit. Kitty, you ready? Shout out to the queen and this motherfucker. Say something before we get up out of here.
Yes, as always, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Appreciate all the speakers and everybody comment, and hope y'all have a good night.
Oh, y'all, I gotta tell y'all this. So I just came back from my cruise. Y'all know like the song I was playing every day when I went out on my balcony was Middle of the Ocean.
Talk that shit, Trent.
Those your shit, huh? Shout out to Cherry, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here. I'll just say, man, again, a weird ass week. Page got clipped. So, that pissed me off, but we back at it because I'm not gonna let nobody deter me. I seen a couple people acting like they was about to get back on the timeline and get back to it, and that motivated me to get back off my ass and keep pushing this shit because again, at the end of the day, as long as I'm breathing, as long as I'm walking, as long as I'm blessed to do this, I'm gonna do what I love, and I love talking to my people. I love talking to the members. I love talking about this Drake shit. So we gonna keep doing it. Y'all make sure y'all have a good Sunday. And then, we'll see y'all throughout the week, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get back to it, get some normalcy, and then we'll see what happens throughout the week, man. Shout out to the members for being in here. And we'll see y'all next time. Hey, live from the Mitch.